Much like Pixar's Cars films, there's just too much story in these video Brinquedo Little Cars films to relegate it to just one film, which is why there's not one, not two, not three, but 8 Little Cars films. Finding out how many of these movies there are and what order they're in can be a little tricky because only 3 of them are worthy enough for an IMDb page, but even then, there's no number attached to them and not even any references to the sequels in the movie connection section. Because God forbid I watch any of these movies out of order. The first movie alone had so many great lessons for children. It was the story of how V8's cab company was going out of business, so it was then saved by Lugnut betting all of V8's savings on the big race, thus saving the company. You see, kids, gambling is great, so long as you always win. These movies have lessons so shitty, they make the Oogie Loves look like Mr. Wizard. The second film was released in 2007, a year after the first film, although I'm pretty sure it was made only 5 minutes after the first film. From the very start, it feels like someone took all of those General commercials and stuffed them into a blender. I'm pretty sure I've been hit by a car, cause I don't know what's happening. Okay, so Lugnut lifting weights is definitely not paying off. His arm looks pretty scrawny. The movie went to the Neil Breen school of showing mouths moving but with no dialogue. Coop the girl car is now a piece of chewing gum. And Lugnut met someone who shares his addiction to gas worship. Quite a stitched-together opening for a movie that feels like they literally slapped the number 2 on it. Oh, what? No love for the movie's subtitle, Rodopolis Adventures? Or did you realize that in the first film, it was called Raceopolis? Raceopolis? I doubt that made a difference to the filmmakers because that's hardly the only example of bad name continuity. The racing here is so lame that not even the cars look entertained. Oh, come on, at least try to show some interest.
This is incredible! Tony has done it! He's insane!
Perfect. I haven't heard fake laughter like that since an episode of America's Funniest People. And something seems off with No Mater's voice.
Yeah, Tony's having a real good race. But do you really think he's gonna win? Nothing against the kid, but you know who's in first place, right?
That's not the same voice as in the first film. Hashtag not my Lugnut. So Champion is still the champion, because going through a name change would be hard. I think number 2 is supposed to be Cruz from the first film, except the characters keep calling him Tony. Did they forget their lead's name? Is that why this movie looks like it's having a stroke? Slowing down the film doesn't make it look more intense, it makes it look like my DVD is somehow buffering. It's possible that Champion may have thrown the race, but at least he's one of the only characters with his original name.
I agree with him. It looked to me like the champ handed Tony the race. That's weird.
Combo, I can't believe you're serious.
Lugnut's name is now Combo? Did the writers fuck up and just name the character whatever they were snacking on when they wrote the script? Cruz, or Tony, or whatever, is upset that Champion may have thrown the race. Like it matters, they both look the same. Tony Cruz still has his girlfriend Coop, and the chemistry is electric.
You look so cute. Do you have any idea how cool you are?
Yeah, now put his tailpipe in your mouth. What are the odds her name isn't Coop this time?
All right, don't get carried away, Chris.
Have the makers of Little Cars 2 even seen Little Cars 1? I know at least the director has, since Cristiano Valente directed both movies, although this film does have new writers, as all three of the writers only have this film to their credit. What? Different writers? Why, that makes this nothing more than Little Cars fan fiction. I'm glad they changed the car-centric names like Cruz and Coupe to even more car-centric names like Tony and Chris. Maybe they'll put extra care into the dialogue.
Is she telling the truth, handsome? Tony won that race without the champ's help?
At 37 minutes long, the movie is 4 minutes longer than the first Little Cars film. It sure is using those extra minutes wisely. I myself am gonna make this review 4 minutes longer than the first review by just munching on a pickle candy bar for several minutes. Meanwhile, Lug Nut checks out Lug Vag's ass as she drives away. Oh good, we're back to doing the long-ass front-facing Death Valley Road scene with endless dialogue like the first film.
Why are you so moody, Tony? Cheer up, you just won the race.
The more I think about it, Chris, the more I believe I didn't deserve to win.
I know, you just spent the entirety of the last scene bitching about it. Why is he so pissed? He still won, and all while single white fendering champion by being painted just like him. The cars don't look like they're going anywhere, so why should the scene?
I think our friend Combo has fallen for a certain someone.
Fallen for? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I hope you didn't want an answer to that question, because the scene just died. We've got more important scenes, like Lug Combo going on a date. Guess they gotta get drunk to fuck. I wanna thank Tony Scott for directing this shot. Needs more shootouts though. But Lug Mater's date turns out to be a reporter. Oh no.
Hey, Combo, guess you're a big shot, huh? Tony's best friend thinks it was a scam too.
Boo! Fake news! Which means it's true. I don't know why Tony Cruz is so pissed at this. He himself keeps telling everyone that he thinks Champion threw the race. But this wasn't the original news story at all. The editor changed Simone's story. Someone's gonna get sued.
What's the big idea changing my story without my permission?
Well, your story was great if I was having trouble sleeping.
Thanks, former film critic turned editor. Now you know my thoughts on Little Cars 2. Surely she can make up for this by banging in the car wash.
To be honest, I'm lousy. Why interview me if you were just going to make it all up? I was so naive, you really messed with my headlights.
She sure is quite the truckster, and while she may appear to be really sorry, don't be too quick to put a hubcap in your suspicions. Gear shifts! Now they're punishing themselves by watching the Little Cars movies. In the next race, I feel like Champion is trying too hard to appear innocent.
Here goes. I'm really looking forward to this, kid. Because you're great. Now give it your all.
I will, champ. Thanks.
You always gotta do your best. I'm not gonna help you, and you're not gonna help me. Every one of us races to win.
So he's guilty. I take it this film is also about gambling. Who did Champion sell his soul to? This race is so intense that it's rendering the commentators speechless. Nice commentating. Do your fucking jobs! Or somehow work in a hot mic reveal.
Are you still upset about the last thing you wrote?
Sir?
Yes.
Don't you realize how much better I made your story?
So what if I made up the whole thing and told more papers?
It doesn't matter if it's all lies. What?
You may think that the newspaper editor accidentally confessing over a hot mic would be the end of the movie. It's not. We're only 12 minutes into this 37-minute film. He apologizes to Simone for not believing in her. They're gonna spend the night going bumper to bumper with the help of a tub of Pennzoil. Anyway, Tony won again. That's another $30,000 bet I lost. The other two are still busy in their Tony Scott shot.
I love happy endings.
There's still 13 minutes of this movie left. Because of course there is. There's more racing, more of the audience looking less interested than if they were at a Video Brinquedo film festival, and Tony wins again. Champion my ass! And if you think the debate over whether or not Champion threw the race comes back, it doesn't. Tony thought that Champion threw the race. Champion said that he didn't. End of that story. On with these attempts at jokes.
Yeah, the kid sure is making a habit out of winning. If he keeps this up, he's gonna get bored of being on the podium.
The fuck is so funny? They convinced Combo Nut that he himself should be a racer. V8 still has the same name in this film, because I guess renaming him Clamato Juice didn't take. Speaking of names...
Guys, you won't believe it! Check this out! They're gonna have a new kind of race in Rodopolis!
It's hard to give them credit over remembering that the name of the town is Rodopolis when the subtitle still got it wrong! The movie has completely switched over to another plot line, like I'm watching two Little Cars movies stitched together. If the first Little Cars was a Pixar knockoff, this one is like 3 episodes of a show Disney sequel knockoff. Anyway, Combo Nut looks as excited about racing as I am.
I can't wait, pal. This'll be awesome!
I share his sentiments. This will not be awesome. So it's some kind of secondary race for comedic sidekicks, I guess? Can't you tell by his training? Well, you know, if you take out the I'm so lazy and useless music, he might do better. Oh, and why does a universe of cars need a cab company? Anyway, ooh, now the opening makes sense. I guess having a giant bicep on his back would make him go faster. Or not.
He's in pretty good shape now. I think he's really got what it takes.
Again, if you replace the I'm a lazy bastard horn music with Queen's We Are the Champions, you will definitely win! By the way, I think I know what's making him go slower, dick. He should listen to Tony, though. He's experienced.
So then the race tomorrow won't be as bad as I thought.
Not so fast! You're still gonna have to give it your all to win. When you're on the racetrack in the heat of the competition, all you'll think about is winning.
Yeah, and if you win, you can be a miserable sack of shit who's paranoid that your competitor threw the race. Not only do I think V8 is gambling on this race, but I think he's going senile.
If he doesn't do well, then we're all out of work. And I'm old.
Someone put him in a home! It's much easier to animate this race because all the other cars are just Combo Nut colored differently. Hope he doesn't go too fast.
If he made deliveries as fast as he's going now, they would have pulled him over and taken away his license.
Yep, you're right about that.
What does that mean in this movie's universe? They have licenses to walk? If they get it taken away, are they not allowed to go anywhere? Is that why there's cab companies? These commentators think the race is more enthralling than it is.
There's no room for Combo to pass. He must be desperate to win.
Nope, truly not enough room to get around the other cars. And then he wins, and the movie is still not over yet.
Then I accelerated and gave it everything I had. It was easy.
I know. I was there. So now that the amazing story of Combo Nut entering a race and then winning that race is over with, we now have a story of car porn.
Wow, look at that! What a hot paint job she has!
I don't think she's interested in Cruz anymore. So I guess the plot line is now that Chris wants a paint job so she can go to a party with Tony Cruz.
But every girl loves looking pretty, and there's no better excuse to take what you got and make it hot than a high society party.
She then got fake tits. I bet this date will be magical.
Where's it at?
The invite said to show up at the municipal parking lot.
The parking lot? Well, wash my windshield. That totally rocks.
He's taking you to a parking lot. This date isn't gonna end up as happy as you think it will. And is this movie ever gonna figure out an appropriate time to laugh?
I haven't been painted in months. My tires are all saggy, my brakes squeak. I need to thicken my wipers, and I don't even want to think about my bumpers. I'm a total wreck.
What a story, Chris. Perfect. Now Chris is ready to attend the party dressed as Kirby. Any other makeup jobs? Well, that's a sex toy. And then she gets a facial. I told you this was car porn. What the hell kind of store is this? Are those cars dead and stuffed? Are they living mannequins? What kind of serial killer car wears the skin of another car? Best part is when you can actually feel the moment where Tony realizes that he and this movie are fucking lame.
I'm sure she'll be down soon.
I hope you're right, Combo, because we can't be late without coming off as kind of lame.
In the next scene, he drives into a lake and drowns himself. I'm not sure what kind of party this is. Why are they just floating in outer disco space? There's something about this party that feels like it'll turn into an orgy any second.
Yeah.
Time to find out who can fit the most dipsticks. Chris leaves because Tony keeps getting hit on by random party cars. I'm sure he'll handle this well.
Okay, but you left without letting me know. Why's that?
You were busy doing the whole socializing thing, and I didn't want to keep you from your friends, that's all.
Oh, now I get it. You're jealous.
Oh, I get it. You're an asshole.
You're jealous and totally clueless. You gotta know you're the only girl I care about, Chris.
Right? He likes you the best. That's why he keeps insulting you. But the good news is that while she was gone, she made the cover of her favorite porn magazine, which must have been written, shot, and printed all in the same night. Even for a movie with 12 different endings, it still feels like it ends abruptly.
The Party Girl. Read everything about the girlfriend of Tony, the new champ.
Oh, what? No more stories? How about one where V8 isn't sure if he can pick up a delivery in time, but then by the end, he does. There, I just gave you 10 extra minutes. Not only does this movie not have a Rodopolis in it, but it also doesn't have any adventures. I think I know what the mistake is. I was expecting comedy out of this movie. I should have rented Funny Little Cars. How dare I make the mistake of watching the series that doesn't assure me of its comedy right in the title. Put these two box covers next to each other, and the choice is simple. Funny or not funny? Yes, the choice is simple. I'll take the hose, the garage, and the exhaust fumes. You may remember last year, we took a whole month to spotlight Fultuary. Will we be doing the same thing this year? Nope, because next month, we'll be doing Friendsuary.
Chris asked if you wouldn't mind waiting. She said she'd be down in just a bit.
Still putting her face on?
You know how women are, kid. What can you do?
You said it.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/StonedGremlinProductions. Follow us on Twitter at the Cinema Snob, or check out our homepage at thecinemasnob.com.